Good afternoon, students. Good afternoon, students. Let's start with this third guidance lecture in biology. Myself, Mrs. Nita Gumaste. I hope you remember me. Fine. We will start with, yes, 1 minute, students. Yesterday, Jagtap Madam, she has told you about the reduction in the syllabus due to this pandemic year, right? And once quickly, I will repeat that. You make a note of it. I think you're ready with a textbook, your biology textbook, and a pencil in your hand, right? Now here you see, without wasting time, we'll just start it. Lesson number 1: reproduction in lower and higher plants. Right? The weightage for this lecture, this lesson is 6 marks. That means it is without option. That means you have to answer compulsory for 6 marks out of the 8 marks questions that have been asked. Okay, so with option it is 8 marks. I repeat that, students. The weightage of this lesson is 6 marks without option, and with option it is 8 marks. That means compulsory you have to write your questions for the 6 marks. Okay. Then evaluative, what you have to study. That's why I've written in the bracket to study. Evaluative means what you're going to study, right? Non-evaluative, the part which is deleted from the syllabus. Yeah, for this particular examination to be held in March 2022. That means this year. Yeah. So what you have to study is in this lesson articles 1.2 to 1.5. Okay. This you will have to study. And what is deleted in this lesson, it is article 1.1. Now, before I proceed to the next lesson, let me tell you, all the lessons starts with a brief introduction, maybe in a form of a paragraph. Okay, small paragraph or little larger paragraph. So please go through all the introductory part of each lesson so that you understand what is there in this particular, what you're supposed to learn or what you're going to learn in this lesson. Okay, so introductory part, you have to, introduction of all the lessons you have to read, which is hardly a paragraph or so. Yeah. Now here in this particular lesson, article number 1.1, this is deleted. So don't learn this for your exam. Okay. What you have to learn is 1.2 to 1.5 articles only. Clear? So this is about, yesterday madam has given you marking in your textbook. Isn't it? This is just for a quick revision. I'm telling you. Now next you see, this is for lesson number 1. Lesson number 2, reproduction in lower and higher plants. The weightage is again 6 marks without option, and with option it is 8 marks. In this also, the part which you are going to delete is 2.1 article. Okay, article number 2.1. And the one which you have to study is from 2.2 to 2.14. You're going to study. Students, here I'm sorry, it is 1.2 to 1.15. Okay. not coming here. Okay, okay, never mind. But the lesson, what you have to study is 1.2 to 1.15, and only article 1.1 is deleted from lesson number 1. Lesson number 2, only 2.1 article is deleted. You have to study this 2.2 to 2.14. Lesson number 3, inheritance and variation. Now here you see there is no deletion at all. Okay, you have to attempt the question of 4 marks compulsory, and with option it is 6 marks. So complete lesson you will have to study inheritance and variation. There is no deletion at all. Lesson number 4, molecular basis of inheritance. In this also there is no deletion. You have to learn the whole lesson properly, and you have to attempt 4 marks questions. Okay, 6 marks is with option. Lesson number 5, that is origin and evolution of life. Now here you will have to study article 5.6. Not see, understand this carefully, see on the screen. 5.1 to 5.5 it is deleted. Okay, and you have to study 5.6. Clear? And then again from 0.57 to 5.12 is deleted. So you are going to study only 2 articles in this lesson. One is 5.6 and other one is 5.13. Please see this. I have underlined, I have made it bold also. Okay, 5.6 and 5.13, only these 2 articles you're going to study in this particular lesson, and it carries 4 marks without option. Clear? So learn the things properly, because very little you have to study in this lesson, so that you learn so nicely that you score full 4 marks in this particular lesson. Next is plant water relation, lesson number 6. Here also you see 6.1 to 6.3, that means 6.1, 6.2 and 6.3. Only 3 articles you have to study, and they are very small articles. Students, if you have gone through the syllabus, you know you must be prepared for the exam by now. I hope so. Okay, so 6.1, 6.2, 6.3. Only 3 articles you have to learn for 5 marks. So please see that you don't lose even half mark in this lesson, because very little you have to study here. Okay, and the deleted part is 6.4 to 6.13. Next is plant growth and mineral nutrition. That is lesson number 7. In this, you have to study only 1 article, and that is 7.9. And you have how much marks for that? 5 marks you are having. So if you learn this one particular article, 7.9, then you can score full 5 marks. So please see that you learn it so nicely that you don't lose any mark over here. Then respiration and circulation. Here it carries 7 marks without option, right? So you have to study 8.1 to 8.4 articles. Then in between 8.5 and 8.6 is deleted. Then 8.7 to 8.16 and 8.17 to 8.18. This you have to study. But remember, students, in 8.16 article, there is one subtitle known as angiography. Okay, and this angiography you have to delete. Clear? I have mentioned it very clearly. See, remember, once again I'm repeating, 8.16 article is there. Okay, but in that there is a subtopic angiography, so delete that. You need not study that, it will not come for your exam. Okay, so 8.1 to 8.4, 8.7 to 8.16, and in this 16 also you have to delete angiography. Clear? And then 8.17 to 8.18. This is a very big lesson. 2 lessons, respiration and circulation, they have been combined. Okay, and you have to answer for 7 marks, and with option it is 10 marks. So 7 marks compulsory you have to answer this, right? So please read the instructions properly that I have given you, so that you can you don't do anything which is not required, right? Unwanted topics you may delete, because they are non-evaluative. Clear? Then next, control and coordination. Again, weightage, it is a big lesson. 8 marks questions you will have to answer. With option, it is 11 marks. And articles 9.1 to 9.6 you are going to study, and 9.8 to 9.10 you are going to study. Okay. In between, you will have to delete the reflex action part. Okay. The reflex action topic you will be deleting, and article 9.7 you will delete. Understood? So 9.1 to 9.6 you will have to study. 9.7 is deleted. Reflex action is deleted, and then 9.8 to 9.10. Here I just want to make one corrections with you. When I taught you this lesson, that time also I have brought this into your notice that students, in your textbook 9.13 instead of 9.10, it is printed 9.13. So please make a note of that. Okay, this I am repeating it again because while teaching this lesson, I have mentioned this point. Then lesson number 10, human health and diseases. This carries 3 marks and complete lesson is there. Very simple and very interesting topic it is. So see that you don't lose even a single mark over here. Next comes enhancement of food production. Lesson number 11. Without option, it is 4 marks. That means 4 marks compulsory. You have to write the answers. Then you have to study 11.1 article, 11.5 and 11.7 to 11.12. Okay, small topics are there, small articles. These are prepared so well that you don't lose marks in this at all. Clear? 11.2 to 11.4 is deleted and 11.6 is deleted. Okay, so please see the deleted part and learn the non-deleted part, that is evaluative part, very properly. Next comes biotechnology. Without option, 5 marks, and with option it is 7 marks. There is no deletion in this lesson. Another very interesting topic, this is biotechnology. Complete lesson is there. So learn very nicely and score full marks. Next lesson is organism and population. Here also complete lesson is there. Very interesting. It is just like a general knowledge, day-to-day awareness topic it is, right? No deletion in this lesson. You have to learn the whole topic very nicely. 3 marks for this. Then lesson number 14, ecosystem and energy flow. This lesson, it is having only one article, that is 14.5, and that you will have to answer for 3 marks. So don't give any chance for the reduction of marks in such topics, students, wherein you will have to study only very little. You have to study, and you can score more marks or full marks there. Okay, so learn it very nicely. Only one article is there to study in this lesson for 3 marks. Now last lesson, that is biodiversity, conservation and environmental issues. This is again 3 marks, right? And you will have to study 15.1 article to 15.6 and then 15.11, right? Very interesting topic this is. When you go through it, I hope surely by now at least 3 times you must have gone through the whole textbook, student. This is very necessary, very important. It is to go through the textbook with reading each and every sentence of the lesson. Okay, right from page 1 up to the last page, which will help you to answer the MCQs, 1 mark questions, or we can say in general, we can say objective type of questions very easily. You'll be very convenient in answering without any doubts in your mind. If you go through the textbooks very clearly, very nicely, you read every sentence and you read the textbook, still time has not gone, students. You can read the textbook at least 2 times more now. Okay, so read it with full concentration, not that you have to read so you're reading. Okay, with concentration you have to read so that you remember certain important things, and if MCQs are asked, you can attempt at all the MCQs with getting full 10 marks, right? Or even in the competitive exams, you can get full marks only provided you are reading it with concentration. Clear? And you have to read every sentence of the textbook. I had been repeatedly telling when I was taking these lessons, but I don't know how far you people must have followed that. How many of you have followed it? Now, see here, this is the summary, okay? This is the summary of all what I had been telling you till now, right? What is to be studied, what is to be deleted. For the student who may not understand the meaning of evaluative also, so I'm using this word to study and to be, what is to be deleted, okay? Now keep this into your mind, keep this as a ready reckoner, like you can keep it in front of you when you're studying each and every lesson, so that you may not turn pages here and there and see, get confused. So this is that, yes, we have to study this, learn that, okay? And by this, you can even compare and you can see how much is to be studied in which particular lesson. So all 15 lessons are listed over here. Yeah. Now, the weightage marks, this is also again summarized over here. I've already given you individual lesson when I was telling you just now. Here also I have given summarized it so that you can see quickly that lesson number 1 carries how much marks to how much marks with option and marks without option. Right now, this is the main thing that I want to tell you today. That is the question paper format. Right, you have already appeared for the prelim exam, right? So you are very much familiar with the question paper pattern, but just I will repeat it once again. Right here you see the general instructions. What are the general instructions over here? That question number 1, the whole question paper is divided into 4 sections. Listen very carefully. The whole question paper is classified or divided into 4 sections, right? Section A, section B, C, and D. Section A consists of 2 questions. Question number 1, that is multiple choice question, MCQ. We abbreviate it as MCQ. Okay. So question number 1 contains 10 multiple choice questions and each one will carry 1 mark. Now, how you are going to answer this question, student? For each MCQ, see the 6th point now. For each MCQ, correct answer must be written along with its alphabet. That means what? Suppose the option A is correct. For example, the option A is correct of question number 1. So what you will do, first MCQ, you will write MCQ, that is first. Then what is the answer? A option is correct. So you will write there the alphabet A, and then you will write the answer, what is written in front of the A. Spelling mistake should not be there because you will be just copying that word from there, from the question paper itself. So spelling mistake should not be there. Be very careful in writing that, okay? And don't lose marks for such silly things. Clear? So this is the way how you are going to write the MCQ type of question. I repeat once again, you will write 10 MCQs are there, right? So you will write the first one. When you're writing, you will write 1 in the margin, and for the answer, suppose now B is correct. So what you will do, you will write alphabet B and you will write what is written in front of that B. Clear? Then only you get marks. If you write only the alphabet, you don't get marks. If you write only the answer, you don't get marks. So you are supposed to write both the alphabet as well as the answer, what is written in front of it. Clear? Then only you will get the marks, right? For the correct answer. I'm telling you, for the correct answer, then only you will get the mark. And this is not my rule, this is board's rule. Clear? And you have to follow it very strictly. And another important point in this MCQ that only first attempt will be considered for evaluation. Like some students, what they do, they write two answers they write. So whichever is written in the first position, you get marks for that. You will be evaluated for that only. Okay. If it is correct, you get marks. If it is wrong, you don't get marks. I hope you understand. And suppose if the first option you have written is wrong and the second option is correct, then also you will not get marks because marks will be given only to the first attempt. Okay. Only to the first attempt you will get the marks. You cannot claim your marks for the correct answer if it is written in the second position. Remember that in the second attempt. Clear? So this is very important thing for question number one, in section A, for question number 1, that is multiple choice questions, MCQ types. Clear? Please remember this so that you don't lose marks. Fine. Now further, in section A, question number 2, it contains 8 very short answer type of questions carrying 1 mark each. Now this you will be asked define, or you may be asked full form of any abbreviation like ATP. What is the full form of ATP? So just simply don't, and here you say student, make a note that you have to write in sentence form. This is not one word answer. Okay, this is not one word answer. You have to write a short answer for that. That means very short answer. That means in one sentence. So suppose if you are asked abbreviation of that, what is the full form of ATP, for example. So don't just write ATP adenosine triphosphate. Don't write like that. What you have to write, the full form of ATP is, and then you write the full form. Okay, you're going to answer in a very short statement, one statement. Which short statement means one statement, very short answer. I hope you understand this. Okay, so in this, abbreviation may be asked, definition may be asked, or examples may be asked. Give example for so and so. For anything, it can be asked like that. Okay, so that you have to answer in one statement. I hope you understand. Yeah. Then next is section B. In section B consists of question number 3 to question number 14. Okay, and from question number 3 to question number 14, it carries 2 marks each. Section number A, remember like this, students. Section number 1, sorry, A consists of question number 1 and 2, and all the questions coming under section A carries 1 mark each. Okay, and all the questions coming under section B, that is question number from question number 3 to question number 14, each consists of 2 marks. Okay, each question will be of 2 marks, and you will have to attempt only 8 questions. There will be 12 questions from question number 3 to 14. There are 12 questions, and out of these 12 questions, you will be appearing only for 8 questions. Okay, you will answer only 8 questions, and each question carries 2 marks. So 2 8s are 16. So section B is of 16 marks total. Okay, and in this, you must have seen that short answer 1, short answer 2. What is the short answer 1 and short answer 2? Okay, in section B, the questions which are asked, they are supposed to be answered in limited words only, of course. Okay, so it is known as short answer 1. They carry 2 marks. Okay, and in section C, there are questions which carry 3 marks each, and there we call it as short answer 2, right, which carries 3 marks. So in section B, so like this, it is classified as essay 1, that is short answer 1, and essay 2, that is short answer 2. Okay, so question number 3 to 14, there are 12 questions in section B, and you will be answering only 8 of them. Clear? Only 8 you will answer, and for 16 marks. I hope it's clear to you. And now question, section C. Here, question number 15 to 26, right? 15 to 26, there are again 12 questions, right? And each question carries 3 marks, but you will have to answer only 8 questions. So 3 8s are 24. Section C carries 24 marks. Okay, wherein you have to answer out of 12, you will have to answer only 8 questions, right? And each question carries 3 marks. Yeah. Now, what type of questions will be asked in section B and section C? See, it can be short. Of course, I told you what is short answer 1 and short answer 2. I have told you. Other than that, you can be asked sketch and label. the name of the diagram will be given. Listen carefully. Sketch and label the so and so diagram, any one diagram, say VS of or anthroposoph view, or LS of or lateral view of brain, or internal structure of heart, anything. Okay, so it can be given, the question can be asked as sketch and label. Other way it can be asked that the diagram will be given, okay, and you will be asked to label the labeled parts. That means diagram will be there in your question paper, and they will put some arrow marks. Okay, suppose if they want 3 labels, they'll put 3 arrow marks, 2 labels, 2 arrow marks, right? And you will have to label that. But in that case, you will have to draw the diagram in your paper. Okay, only benefit is that you can see and draw the diagram, right? So see and draw the diagram on your answer paper and then label the part. How it will be given? Diagram is there and then arrow mark will be shown. Friends, it will be written AB and the question will be label the parts A and B marked in the diagram given below. Okay, so then don't write just AB in your answer paper. A means this, B means no, not like that, student. You have to draw the diagram, okay, and then label that part. Clear? So this is how another type of question can be asked in section B or in section 3. Okay. So one more third type of question, it can come like that sketch and label the diagram of, for example, TS of thyroid gland. Okay, for example, sketch and label TS of thyroid gland and label. They will get, the board will give you the labels, the names of the parts, and you have to label that in the diagram. Okay, so 3 ways it can be asked. 1, sketch and label the diagram. The diagram's name will be given. You have to draw and you have to label. Clear? Then you can be given, the diagram is given below, and name the parts A and B mentioned in the diagram. In that case, you have to draw the diagram and write the names of that A, what is A and what is B. You will not write AB. You will write the name of that part. Clear? Then third way is that sketch and label the diagram and label the following parts. The name of the parts will be given. I hope this is clear. So these are 3 different ways that diagrams can be asked to you directly. Okay. The next type of question that can be asked in section B and C is match the following. Okay, match the following or match and write the pairs. Either way it can be there. So like children in lower classes, they just start making lines from A to the 4th option, from B to the 3rd option, or whatever it is. No making designs over that. You have to rewrite the whole thing. You have to rewrite the correct answer. The first column, keep it as it is and write the correct answer in front of that. That is the way how you are going to write the answers. Okay. So you can get the match the following type also. This match the following type or rearrange the statement like this, you can get it in even in section B for 2 marks or maybe for 4 marks also. Then complete the chart. You can get type of question in B and C for 2 or 3 marks, like complete the chart. That means what? A chart will be there in a tabular form. Okay. And some points will be written in between, something will be deleted, and that you will have to write it correctly. That is like the complete the chart. This, if you want to get in your books, it is given on page number 118. Page number 118. It is given on page number 219. It is given on page number 271. That is complete the table, okay, or complete the chart. And it is also given on page number 291. So I'm not telling, I'm just telling you to see these pages to get an idea what is that. Okay, but not necessary that this will only come. It can come in any way. The method, the pattern may be the same. Okay. Then you can even get differentiate. Yes, when you get differentiate, that time what you should do, student, make 2 columns. Okay, first of all, read the question very properly, right? Suppose, for example, there is what is the difference between the ape and man? What is the difference between ape and man? If you get this difference, okay, then sometimes what happens, students, while they are learning, they learn it as man and ape. That means first in their mind it is set up that man characteristics are to be written first. Okay, but in question paper it is asked ape and man. Yeah. So what you do, you write it as per the question paper, ape and man in the second column. But while writing the characteristics, you have studied man first, so you write man here and ape on the under the title man. So there you lose complete marks. Okay, you lose the marks over there. So be very careful what you are writing, what you are what you're reading. Read the question paper properly. See that you're writing the correct difference. This I'm giving just one example. In expression of 1 minute, no, that lesson is not exhaust, no. Okay, whatever other differences are there, please see that like ectomycorrhiza and endomycorrhiza. Okay, which you have written first, endo you have written or ecto. And in question paper, if it is endo is written first, ectomycorrhiza is written second. So please see that you write in that same way to avoid any type of confusion. Okay, so take care of that and always write difference by making 2 columns. Okay, and write point wise, and the point should be excuse me, just a minute. Sorry. And the point should be written like first point if you have written, it consists of the external membrane or it consists of the cell wall. So the next point should be the parallel point to that other, like for example, we are writing difference between a plant cell and an animal cell. Okay, so plant cell, it consists of the cell wall. Here you will write it consists of the cell membrane, right? Don't write the points like that. It consists of cell wall. It is cell wall is absent. Don't increase your points like that. Then cell membrane is absent. It consists of cell membrane. Don't do like this. You don't get marks for that. Okay, and if you are writing about the limiting membrane on one side, the parallel point should be also the limiting membrane only. Remember this, right? So this is the way how you must write difference. At the end, for some, suppose there are examples are there. So at the end, write example. Okay, but don't consider, suppose you are asked differentiation for 2 marks, right? So you are supposed to write 4 points. Clear? You get half mark for each set of point. Each set of point means column A and column B points. Okay, so each set of point you get half mark. Suppose if that particular difference is having only 2 points or 3 points for classification for differentiation, then you write only 2 points. There in such cases you will get 1 mark for 1 set of points. Okay, so that you can write, and examples are there, you write examples also. Suppose for 2 marks you are writing 4 points, then let the 5th point be example. Let that be as bonus point for you. Okay, like suppose if you have not written any point correctly, properly, right? So at least you get marks for the example over there. So example you must write, compulsory. You must write the examples. Yeah. Then another type of question that can be asked in section B and C can be of give the scientific reason. Okay, give reason. In your classes also we have done this, isn't it? Give reason. So here we are just adding a word scientific. Give scientific reason. So that also you must answer very nicely. If it is point wise, if the reason is little bigger, put them in 2 points. Okay, and preferably I will tell you always write your answer point wise only. That gives more clarity, and from simple to complex, don't just write the statement or whatever answer is coming into your mind. Put it in a systematic way, right? Not that the last point which was to be written is written first and everything is jumbled and tumbled here and there, not written anything properly. And this you can do only when you study systematically. Understood? So study systematically in a proper sequence, in a proper way, then only you can write properly. And don't just turn the pages thinking that, yeah, this I know, this I know. Don't do like that, student. You know it, very nice. You should know it. That's excellent. Okay, but see that, keep a pencil or a pen with you and write it down. Write and see that really you know this or not, or just simply you know it in your mind. You see, students, I just give you one small example. Everybody must be fond of singing, isn't it? So when you sing in your mind, when you sing in your mind only, that time you think that yes, you can sing very nicely. But when you actually open your voice, you find that, oh no, you can't sing, isn't it? So same thing it happens, students. Same thing it happens. You think that you can write this answer, you know this everything. But when you actually start pen downing it, when you actually start writing that, you find that your hand is stable there only. It's not moving further. Why? Because there is no practice at all. You have to practice writing. Okay, writing practice, you have to do it, students. Still time has not gone, right? You can do it, I'm sure about it. Then these are the different types of questions that is asked. Okay, I have told you, give example can be asked, full forms can be asked, all these things I have already discussed with you. So especially the varieties of questions you can see in B and C. One or two questions, otherwise regular questions you will be having. Questions can be of application type. Okay, to see how the board divides that complete subject, right? Knowledge, how depending how you answer with the knowledge, that is just hardly 30% is asked. Okay, and how much you have understood, so 42% questions are asked on your understanding, and 28% questions are asked on your application and skill level, that what you have understood. So questions, not necessary that you will get direct questions. Okay, you will get direct question, don't think like that. You can get the questions, a situation will be there, and then you will be asked to answer that. Clear? So that type direct questions you may not get all. One or two questions will be of application level also. Understood? I hope you are understanding what I'm telling over here. So you are in 12th standard, students. See that you are not in the lower classes, that is standard. You have clear 10th board. So one step ahead you have gone, and now all application level questions are there, understanding type are there, knowledge type of questions are there, all types of questions are asked. But all these questions have got a limitation, that is will be asked from your Bal-Bharti textbook only. Okay, that means the textbook which is prescribed by the board. So please see that you read this textbook very nicely. You read it nicely. You read this sentence by sentence. You read. Varieties of questions are given in the exercise. Go through that. I had been telling you repeatedly. I also told you, make a notebook, keep writing all the exercise as I complete teaching each and every lesson. Those who have done will find benefit of it, certainly. Those who have not done will not be a loser if at least now you start doing, take the things seriously, start studying seriously. Okay. So this was about section B and section C. Now next comes the last one, that is the section D. Now here we have questions from 27 to 31. Question number 27 to question number 31. There are 5 questions, and here these are considered to be the long answer questions, and each question carries 4 marks. There will be 5 questions asked in section D, and you will have to answer only 3 of them for 4 marks each. So 4 3s are 12. Section D consists of, or they have, 12 marks. Clear? So any 3 you will be attempting out of 5. Now I will tell you how to choose the question. First of all, always see that if you are very well prepared, the first step what you should do, section D, 5 questions are there. First you should select the question which is having diagram. Okay, out of 5 questions, at least 3 questions will be there which will be having diagram. Okay, and the importance or benefit of choosing the question with diagram is that out of 4 marks, 2 marks is immediately shifted towards the diagram and 2 marks for the description. Okay, so diagram, you try to choose the question which is having diagram. That is the best way to select long answer type of questions. Not only that, even in section B and section C, wherever you feel that yes, diagram is there, especially in section C, you have to draw the diagram whether it is asked or not. Okay, it is asked or not, you have to draw the diagram, then only your question will be, sorry, the answer of that particular question will be complete, right? And always write down, as I have told you, for whether it is B, section C or D, you have to write down point wise. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and in a systematic way, you will have to write it down. Clear? Don't use red ink to underline it. Just use your blue pen or ball pen or gel pen. Okay, and a pencil to underline important points, right? Or important sentences. Clear? And if suppose while writing, if you have done some mistake, don't scribble that. Just put one line with pencil or with the same pen. Just put one line on that across. The examiner understands that this is not to be considered. Okay, so don't keep on scribbling the paper and tell the paper that the pen nib will, that is the nib of the pen or the tip of the pen will reach the next paper also. Okay, so don't do like that. Just put one line, such visible line. Okay, not that so light also. Put a line over that word or that statement, and then you can continue. Yeah? Now, important point. Please use only pencil. Don't use color pen or anything like that. Clear? And don't write your answers in black ink. There is no hard and fast like that, but I prefer you to write it in blue ink only, because in black ink, moderators moderate the papers in black ink, right? And examiners check the paper in red ink. So avoid using this color. So the ultimate left color is the blue color only in this color. At that is more preferable. So underline the important sentence. Put inverted commas wherever required for definitions or for certain small statements, etc. Give it sufficient space between the two words, okay? And try to write, the handwriting should be such, I'm not telling you that improve your handwriting at this stage, but please see that it should be readable. Don't scribble and write anything just to complete 3 hours paper. Okay, write it very nicely. And once again, I will tell you that all this thing is possible only when you study systematically, only when you study properly. Okay, and don't bother whether the exam is online or it is offline. Your work as a student at present, your job is only to learn the things properly, to understand the concepts which you must have understood long back. Okay, learn the things properly, and whichever type of exam is there, online or offline, you face it with full confidence. That should be your motto at present. Okay, don't go behind any rumors. Okay, he said it is online, the news was it is offline. Nothing like that. Exam will be conducted offline only. Remember that. Okay, and from 14th of this month, you will be starting with our board practical exams. Before that, you will be appearing for the prelim practical exams. Yeah. Now, this was all about the question paper here that I am telling you. Section A, B, C, and D. If you have any doubts, if you are having, you can ask me on my personal WhatsApp number. I will reply to you, but only through message. If I feel, I will call you back and I will speak to you on phone. Otherwise, you can come to the college, or when you come for the practicals, you can come with the textbook. Any doubts, I am here to solve your problems. Okay, the 3 teachers are there. Any one of us you can meet and you can clarify your doubts. But please see that learn the things properly in a very systematic way so that you don't lose marks. Yeah. Now, next slide. Here, I will just discuss quickly about the practical question paper pattern. Already it has been discussed by Vidya Kulkarni madam in our first guidance lecture, right? Now quickly we'll revise it once again. That is, we will be having 2 practicals. we will be having 3 practicals, that is the working practicals here, out of which the first one will be the major experiment, right? In this, we will be having 2 questions. One is isolation of DNA, and other one will be the dissection of a flower, right? So XY, you will be categorized into alternatively. Okay, all X students will get one type of question. Suppose, for example, if all X students are getting isolation of DNA, then all Y students will be getting dissection of a flower. Okay, so what you are going to do in this particular isolation of DNA, you will have to perform the you will be performing the practical. Now, what you have to do the paper work. That means in paper, what you have to write. Student, these 3 experiments, that is question number 1, 2, and 3, which will be performing. Please see that even if the aim, etc., is not asked, you are supposed to write at least the name of that particular practical. Okay. Like for question, suppose if you have got isolation of DNA, so you will write question 1, isolation of DNA. Then what you are supposed to write in that, what board is expecting from you? The board is expecting you to perform the practical. Okay, that performance will fetch you 3 marks. Understood? And then in the paper, what you're going to perform is you're going to perform it in the lab. You will be showing it to the examiner, right? And in paper, what you're going to write the name of the practical or aim of the practical, and then you will write the requirement. The board wants you to write the requirements. That means what are the different things or the material you have used to perform this particular practical. So your requirements, what you write on the requirement for the practical that you have written in your paper, you will give you 1 mark, and the performance that you have done, or the preparation that you have done, that will give you 3 marks. So like that, 4 marks practical it is. Okay, this is the major experiment. And then the Y students will be getting dissection of flower if X is getting isolation. This is just an example I'm giving you. We keep changing it in each batch. Okay, so dissection of flower is there. What you're supposed to do, you have to dissect the flower. Okay, and you have to display its floral whorls. With the madam told you to bring the black cards, isn't it? Right? So that card, you will take the black card, and on that you will display the various floral whorls. And this also, don't display it in a haphazard way from the outer one. Okay, the outer floral whorl, calyx, right? Calyx, epicalyx. Like we are having hibiscus plant, so I'm telling you calyx, epicalyx will come together. Right, and then you will be labeling, you will be displaying the corolla, right? And then you'll be displaying the androecium, then gynoecium, isn't it? So like in a particular sequence, in particular way, you have to present. See how well you can display that. That also makes us understand that examiner, that the child has learned the thing very properly, right? So in a system, again, the word systematic I will use. Then here, label diagram. What you have to do it in your paper is you will have to draw a diagram. Sorry, that is DS of a typical flower. This is there in your textbook also, in your practical notebook also. Okay, so please learn this diagram properly, because you will have to draw in the paper there, in the exam paper. Okay, so diagram will give you 2 marks. It should be a label diagram, right? And the diagram will be, you have to draw in pencil only, no pen, nothing. Then display of the floral whorls, that is what practically you have done and you have kept it, that will give you 2 marks. So again, 4 marks. This question number 1, isolation of DNA or dissection of a flower, any one will come for 4 marks. Now, second question, quadratic methods. In this is minor experiment. Question number 2 and 3 come under minor experiment. Okay, so quadratic methods. Suppose if X is getting quadratic method, the Y will get potato osmoscope. It will be like this, X and Y. Now this question carries 3 marks. Okay. Now in quadratic method, what you have to do, of course, counting you have to do. You'll be given the chart, right? And then paperwork, what you have to do, you have to write the formula, density formula first you will have to write, and then you will have to population density formula you will have to write, which will give you 1 mark, and then the calculation which you do of that particular plant, you get 2 marks for that. So like this, 3 marks. Yeah. Then, why student? Suppose if you get potato osmoscope, if you are getting, then again potato osmoscope, you have to draw the diagram, right? Label diagram, 2 labels will be there, 1 mark you will get. Diagram you will have to draw and give 2 labels, you get 1 mark for that. And what you prepare the potato osmoscope and keep, you get 2 marks for that. So this carry 3 marks. Question number 2, quadratic method or potato osmoscope, either one you will get as X or and other one as Y, and this is what you have to do. This much you have to learn it very nicely to score full 30 out of 30 students, and I'm sure you will do it. Now, question number 3. Question number 3 again has 2 questions. One, type of soil, in which you will be learning, you will be mentioning about the percentage of soil component. 2 soil samples will be given to you. Okay, you have to make a tabular form. Please learn the table and come properly. Then whichever soil is given, what is the percentage of that particular soil, that you have to mention, that soil component you have to mention in the tabular form. And for each soil you have 1.5 marks. Okay, so like this, 3 marks for 2 samples. You have to make the tabular form over there for observation table. And if X is getting type of soil, Y will get pH of water sample. Again, you will be getting 2 water samples. Okay, and you will have to make the observation table, right? And then you will write, you will perform the practical, and you will write your readings in that. What is the pH of the given samples of water, and then result what you are going to write in the tabular form only. You will be writing that whether it is acidic or which type it is acidic or it is basic. Understood? So very simple it is, students. N number of times we have told you, online practicals we have conducted. Now I have told you, Vidya madam have told you, and even regular practicals, offline practicals we have done. We have done the revision practical also. So I think now there should remain no doubts in your mind. Okay, and now you're going to perform the preliminary practical exam. So you'll become confirmed about all that thing. Now, next question number 4 is spotting. And one more thing, question number 1, 2, 3, whichever you get, orals will be asked for 2 marks in that. Okay. Question number 4 is spotting or identification. Now, the board has said that instead of 10 spottings, we keep only 4 spottings. Okay, and we'll number them as 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 spots will come from A to F identification, and 2 spots will come from G to J identification. Each spot will carry 2.5 marks, that is 2.5 marks. In that, each spot will be, identification will be for 1 mark and description will be for 1.5 marks. I hope it's clear to you. So only 4 spots, but you have to study all. Then project, question number 5 will be a project report. Already almost all of you have done, I'm sure about it, because I have certified your journal also. So you get 5 marks over there. Then Viva voice from question number 1 to 2, 3 only, 1, 2, and 3. From these 3 only, whichever you are working on, you will get the this thing, orals from that for 2 marks, right? And then certified practical notebook, which has been certified by the subject teacher and the principal madam also, you get 3 marks for that. Okay, so see that you perform the practicals very nicely. Any doubts, you can ask me on my WhatsApp, personal WhatsApp, you can ask. I will clarify your doubt, and we will meet each other on 5th, 7th, and 9th during your practical exam. Right? I stop here. I hope you have understood, and any doubts you can ask me through WhatsApp. Yeah. So I stop here. Thank you so much.